Most players would rest a shattered finger and call it a season. Ronnie Lott looked at his mangled left pinky, listened to the doctors, and made an unthinkable choice. Cut it off just to stay on the field. This is the safety who cut off his finger to keep playing, a man drafted 8th overall who blitzed the NFL as a rookie and then redefined what it meant to play with pain. But how did a college superstar at USC transform into the NFL's fiercest enforcer, willing to sacrifice body parts for the game? The answer isn't just toughness. It's the evolution that changed football's DNA forever. Ronnie Lott arrived at USC with a reputation that stretched beyond California. He had starred at Eisenhower High as a quarterback and defensive back, earning parade All-American honors in 1977. At USC, he wore number 42 for his childhood idol, Charlie Taylor, and quickly became a cornerstone of John Robinson's defense. Over 4 seasons, Lott racked up 14 career interceptions and helped the Trojans claim a share of the 1978 national title. By his senior year, he was a unanimous All-American, known for both his range and for the way he punished receivers who dared cross the middle. NFL scouts saw a player with the size and instincts of a safety, but the hips and speed to play corner. San Francisco made him the 8th overall pick in the 1981 draft, the first defensive back off the board. Lott didn't just start. He changed games. 7 interceptions as a rookie, 3 returned for touchdowns, tying an NFL record. The 49ers, who'd been 6-10 the year before, went 13-3 and won their first Super Bowl. Lott's pick 6 against the Giants in the playoffs set the tone for a defense that turned takeaways into championships. Even as a rookie, he was already setting the standard for what a cornerback and a teammate could be. In 1985, the 49ers made a bold adjustment that would change both their defense and Ronnie Lott's career. After 4 straight Pro Bowl seasons at cornerback, Lott switched to free safety before the 5th game, trading spots with Dwight Hicks. The move wasn't about decline. It was about maximizing what Lott could do. Facing Miami's speed receivers that year, he realized, as he put it, "My corner days are over with." Bill Walsh saw the same thing. He called Lott the rare player who could dominate from any spot in the secondary and believed his instincts and hitting power would reach their peak deeper in the field. Lott embraced the challenge, describing the switch as on-the-job training. Safety demanded more discipline, more patience, and a wider view of the game. From the middle, he could read quarterbacks, erase big plays, and punish anyone who slipped through the first line. That year, he finished with 80 tackles and a team-high 5 interceptions, proof that the experiment worked. The position change didn't just extend his career. It turned him into the prototype for the modern field general, setting up the run of dominance that would define the prime of his Hall of Fame journey. 10 Pro Bowls, 8 first-team All-Pro selections, 4 Super Bowl rings. Ronnie Lott's trophy case reads like a checklist for the Hall of Fame, but the numbers only scratch the surface. Tom Landry, the legendary Cowboys coach, once said, "He's like a middle linebacker playing safety. He's devastating. He may dominate the secondary better than anyone I've seen." Lott's reputation stretched beyond the numbers. Opponents called him the most feared man on the field, the rare defensive back who could erase a receiver or drop a running back with the same violence. His peers saw a player who didn't just make plays. He set the tone for an entire defense. Bill Walsh called him the best in football at every position he played. The league recognized it too, naming him to both the NFL 75th and 100th anniversary teams, and placing him on the all-decade squads for the 1980s and the 1990s. Every accolade, every quote, every ring, proof that Lott wasn't just another star. He was the standard. In 1986, Ronnie Lott led the NFL with 10 interceptions, doing it in his first full season at safety and just months after amputating his finger. He didn't just return, he played every snap like nothing had changed, picking off passes and setting the tone for a defense that needed him more than ever. 5 years later, after the 49ers left him unprotected under Plan B free agency, Lott took his game to the Raiders. Most thought he was winding down. Instead, at age 32, he led the league again, with 8 interceptions, this time at strong safety. That made him the first player to lead the NFL in picks with 2 different teams and at 2 different positions. Over his career, he racked up 9 playoff interceptions in 20 postseason games, showing up every January when the stakes were highest. Even as the league changed around him, Lott proved he could still dominate, no matter the uniform, no matter the assignment. Hits that once made highlight reels now draw penalty flags. Lott's signature collisions, shoulder lowered, receivers flipped, helped define the 1980s, but today they'd bring fines or ejections. The NFL's defenseless receiver rules, helmet-to-helmet bans, and targeting calls have changed what it means to play safety. Lott's leadership set the pace in the locker room too. He demanded accountability from himself and everyone else. Miss a meeting or let up on a play, and you'd hear about it. In his era, toughness meant playing through pain and holding teammates to the same standard. The price was steep: broken bones, surgeries, and for Lott, a finger left behind. But that was the cost of greatness, and for him, the only way to lead. Ronnie Lott's legacy didn't end with his final snap. In the year 2000, he was enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, his 63 career interceptions still standing among the best ever. The Lott Impact Trophy, created in his honor, now recognizes college defenders who show integrity, maturity, performance, academics, community, and tenacity, the same blueprint he left on the game. In April 1986, Ronnie Lott chose to amputate the tip of his left pinky rather than risk missing the upcoming NFL season. That decision, documented in medical records and confirmed in interviews, became the ultimate symbol of his commitment to the game. Over 14 seasons, Lott amassed 63 interceptions, started 20 playoff games, and earned induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in the year 2000. Yet some details, such as the full medical record of his post-injury recovery, remain private. Today, many of his most famous hits would be penalized under current NFL rules, evidence of how the league has changed since his era. Still, the Lott Impact Trophy and his retired number 42 with the 49ers prove his influence endures. Ronnie Lott's career stands as documented proof that greatness often comes at a steep personal cost, and that legacy is measured not just in honors, but in the sacrifices preserved in the record.